Senate passes hydrocarbon incentives bill.
Mr. President, the bill that is before us, there is no cloud of secrecy. It's actually very, very transparent.
Details of this story and more in the National Report. With the National Report, I am Rikisha St. Louis. Weeks after it was passed in the lower house, the upper house has now passed the Hydrocarbon Exploration Incentives Bill 2017. The bill seeks to provide incentives to attract investors to explore oil and gas in Grenada's waters. During a meeting on Tuesday, Leader of Government Business Senator Simon Steele said, with Grenada still being considered virgin territory, it is at the stage where testing is necessary to better understand what lies beneath the seabed. He said all that has been done in the country's interest.
This is not about one company. This will be about many different companies. And those companies will subcontract. The oil and gas industry is a very complex thing. We are new to this. So we have to find a way of being able to attract those persons with those skills, with deep pockets, to be able to carry out that work. But unless we create an environment for those investors to explore, to determine the potential that we have, we'll continue for another 20 years this discussion about what we have and what it could do for us, what it may do for us, what it may not do for us. So, Mr. President, the bill that is before us, there is no cloud of secrecy. It's actually very, very transparent.
Lending his support to the bill, Senator Winston Garwe, Minister of State responsible for information in the Prime Minister's ministry, said as a forward-thinking government, they are creating a package of incentives that could lead to employment generation and the development of the country's resources.
As we've been seeing in the last 4 years of this administration, investors come in left, right, and center. Why? Because something good is happening in this country. This government, a government that respects law and institution, respect its people, will continue to do what it knows is best to do.
Also passed in the upper house was the Fiscal Responsibility Amendment Bill. It came into effect in January 2016 and is one of a suite of bills which also include the Public Debt Management Bill and the Public Finance Management Bill. They are aimed at bringing fiscal stability to the government's financial affairs. Leader of Government Business Senator Simon Steele says the intention is to strengthen the monitoring and oversight functions to ensure that the government and the Ministry of Finance lock in the gains of the Structural Adjustment Program. A Fiscal Responsibility Oversight Committee will watch over the Ministry of Finance.
What is sought is a creation or the strengthening of the Oversight Committee that provision is made for in the Principal Act, but providing greater robustness to it, expanding that committee, expanding the capacity and the realms of that committee to ensure that it is able to provide that necessary oversight and monitoring.
Supporting the bill, private sector representative Senator Chris Diali says from a private sector point of view, it is a good formula for accountability.
Oversight is important from the point of view that we need to ensure that our politicians, whichever government is in power, stays within the confines of the legislation and that they do what we are supposed to do. The mover of the bill indicated that we can't lose the gains that we made after going through a structural adjustment program. Of our history so rich in that happening before, and we introduced legislation so that we could control that. The Oversight Committee, of course, is to ensure that those gains and the rules that we put are obeyed and set and are followed.
This is the National Report. More news after the break.
The house was shaking. Then started the story here, bang, crack, and the roof had gone.
Man,
I was so scared, I nearly wet myself.
Only those who have lived it can truly understand the devastating fury of a hurricane's wind.
The house across the road just get up and roll over.
Hurricane force wind. It's a hazard. Hazards. Take control. Reduce your loss. You can hurricane-proof your home. For example, make your roof more wind-resistant by using screws instead of nails in its construction. Find out more about hurricane force winds and other hazards at your local disaster office. A message from the National Disaster Management Agency and SEDERA.
CARICOM heads of government who will be meeting in Grenada next week under the chairmanship of Prime Minister Dr. The Right Honorable Keith Mitchell will focus on a Human Resource Development 2030 strategy and implementation plan to address the development of skills for the 21st century Caribbean economy and society. The heads of government are also expected to deliberate on outstanding matters related to the implementation of the CARICOM Single Market and Economy, the CSME. The 38th regular meeting of the Conference of Heads of Government of the CARICOM will take place in Grenada, July 4th to the 6th, and following an opening ceremony on July 4th at the Grenada Trade Center, the heads of government will move to the Radisson Grenada Beach Resort for the business sessions on July 5th to the 6th. The conference will welcome its two newest members, the President of Haiti, who was sworn into office on February 7th, and the Prime Minister of the Bahamas, who took his oath of office on May 11th. There is also expected to be an update on the preparations for CARIFESTA 13 to be staged in Barbados August 17th to the 27th under the theme Asserting Our Culture, Celebrating Ourselves. Coup is in the spotlight once again, with the two secondary schools on the Sister Isle placing in the top 3 spots in the 2016-2017 Junior Achievement Program. Bishop's College stole the coveted title. St. Joseph Convent St. Andrew's Nutritional Express placed second, with Hillsborough Secondary placing third. The victory means that teachers and students of Bishop's College will participate in the JA Companies of the Americas competition in December in Brazil. Director of JA Grenada, Mrs. Patricia Ma, congratulated all the schools on their exceptional creative business ideas. She pledged the board's continued support for the program.
We see the value of creating entrepreneurs for the future of Grenada. That's the answer, very simply. And you are the future of Grenada. And you are entrepreneurs now, having completed the program. So we want to empower you to own your own success.
Featured speaker entrepreneur of Virtue School of Cosmetology, Janelle Photo, told the students the program is a stepping stone towards becoming future business owners and managers.
The purpose, of course, is to prepare you for the future that you cannot see. At this level right now, things may seem easy, right? It may fluctuate, maybe seem easy, it might be hard. But whatever obstacle that you meet along the way, it's to prepare you. It's to give you backbone. If you're going to stand in the seat of a chief executive officer, an entrepreneur, a business owner, you have to understand the different seasons, the weather that's going to come upon you, the rain, the sun, the snow. You need to understand autumn, summer, winter. They're all different seasons with different atmospheres. And so right now, as junior achievers, you are being trained. You are being prepared for your future.
The JA program is dedicated to educating secondary school students about entrepreneurship, work readiness, and financial literacy through hands-on programs. Awards were also given to the company's presidents and vice presidents during a ceremony at the SGU Charter Hall on Monday. And that's the National Report. I am Rakisha St. Louis.